Welcome everybody to the Iracing Oval Series round of 8, and they're just finishing up qualifying. But Josh, who do we got for these top 8 tonight here at Darlington Speedway, man?
We have, just had it on my screen. There we go. Dustin Dean, currently your leader. Brian Nudie in second. Nobody's locked in just yet because this is the first round. Brandon White and Dean Qualley are 3 and 4 right now. Below the cutoff line right now is Isaiah Gill, Austin Blaylock, Eddie Morris, and Matthew Lawrence. So right now, Dustin Dean with 4,011 points. Brian Nudie with 4,008. Brandon White with 4,004. Dean Qualley with 4,003. Isaiah Gill with 4,003. Austin Blaylock with 4,002. And Eddie Morris and Michael Lawrence both with 4,000 even. So those playoff points are really helping Dustin Dean right now as far as being at the top of the board.
And we've been watching him in practice here and warm up. He's been struggling a bit.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's kind of struggling a little bit. The track is slick, and they've changed a little bit of the feel of the cars in the last couple updates. So I think it's going to be a real challenge for these guys tonight. I mean, it's Darlington. It's the track too tough to tame. It's the Lady in Black. It's a tough track anyways. Add this new feel in, it's going to be even tougher for these guys.
Yep. Right now we're looking at Eddie Morris turning his qualification laps here in that 8 machine, a tribute to his father on the side of that thing, passed about 3 years ago back in October.
All right, guys, welcome.
Holiday's really missing him, so.
I hope it's going to be a good one, but we'll see what happens. 125
Yeah, and Eddie
laps
Morris has some history with this track too.
55%.
If anybody, they have too many yellows to begin with, they will be going to single file restarts, which at a track like this where it's kind of single file racing anyways, it may not be a bad thing for them.
Yeah, I can't blame them for wanting to switch over to the single file restarts. It might be a long night for some of you if you want to set your phone down and walk away for a little bit. We get it. But come back and definitely check out the end because, man, these guys, they never disappoint, especially at the end of these things.
Or it could be the exact opposite. They might run this thing really well. Darlington's a tough track. If you've never raced at Darlington or seen a race at Darlington, it is an incredibly tough track. The track is shaped like an egg. I don't know, Joe, can you pull up that track map?
Yeah, we can definitely pull up the track map.
So the unique thing about Darlington is that it's 2 different tracks in one. You've got turns 1 and 2, which are so much more open and wide. It's almost a double apex. You enter the corner real low, slide up to the wall, and then as you're coming off the corner, you dive back down to the bottom, kind of that diamond off that Joe always talks about. Turns 3 and 4, much tighter, as you can see, and that's going to make the drivers have to run that line completely different. Still, the line is up against the wall, but these guys are going to be trying to, get as much speed as they can for that long run down the front straightaway. And it's kind of an interesting reason why the track's shaped like this. Outside of 3 and 4, which used to be 1 and 2 years ago, they've actually switched the track around completely. There's a fishing pond out there, and they didn't want to interfere with the fishing pond, so they built the track around it.
That's an interesting thing, and I get it. It looks cool, though. It makes one of the most unique tracks in NASCAR Series racing. And, man, it makes it tough for these guys who only come here maybe once, maybe twice a year, even in these leagues, too. And you can see some of these guys are really going to struggle with pushing this through 3 and 4, loose on entry on 1 and 2. We'll see how they fare coming off the corners, which, oversteering will get them loose coming off, too. So it'll be a good race. Hopefully, we don't have as many cautions as we suspect we will, but, man, these guys are putting in the work. I saw a lot of guys practicing tonight, so we'll see if that pays dividends later in the race.
Yeah, and the other thing is it's an abrasive track surface too. These guys have 3 extra sets of tires, which in my eyes is nowhere near enough. Because it feels like after 8 or 9 laps, the tires are done. Like they're done. They used to joke around back in the day that they didn't even want to push the cars out of the garage area because they didn't want to wear out the tires before, getting on the track. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys manage their tires tonight too.
And Isaiah Gill's just out here taking advantage of the time he has here after his qualifying laps have been completed. He's just trying to get as many laps in as he can and try to get a real good feel for how these tires are going to wear. As you can see, he's riding that rim pretty well.
And what's interesting for the qualifying, if you so much as just touch the wall, it disqualifies your timing. So Isaiah, even though he's run a bunch of laps here, none of his laps have actually counted.
Yep. Really cool track, only 75 degrees. And it's a night race. Moisture is 55%, so you should see pretty good grip, throughout the night. But as you can see, it don't look very grippy to Isaiah while he's in that ride.
And you can see just how unique this track is. I mean, it's from that white stripe right there where he just had his tires on to the wall. That's the racing line. The track looks really, really wide, but that's all apron down there. I mean, you can go down there and pass if you've got a good setup or some, fresh tires. But for the most part, I mean, you see Kevin Harvick do that all the time. Go down there on that apron and get around people. But on here, it's just not that easy.
Once again, you're checking out the Iracing Oval Cup Series. You're from Darlington in the round of 8 first race. It's going to be a long one, possibly. Try to not make that the case, but you never know. I'm just over here, Josh, turning down the sound, getting the sound straight, because the cars are really loud just now, which is probably cool for our spectators, but that means they can't hear your sweet voice.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
All right, and let's go through the grid while we're at it. And on the pole tonight, after all that smack talking, Dustin Dean, 27.428. Dylan Redding in that second spot, only 2/100ths back.
Eddie Morris in the 8 machine is going to roll off in third, and Brian Nudie in the 40.
In that 5th spot, you got Michael White and Austin Blaylock.
Jacob Bowen in the 6th spot. I'm sorry, the 7th spot, followed by Stephen Black.
Nicholas Ford rolls off 9th, while Brian Merle Jr. will be on the outside in the number 12 machine.
In the 11th spot, Brian Merle Jr., and outside of him will be Michael Lawrence.
Yeah,
Oh,
you messed
did I
that
do
one
that
up.
wrong?
Yeah,
I
Michael
did,
Lawrence
right?
and Michael
Michael Lawrence
Provolt.
and Michael Provolt. I'm sorry.
That's okay. And then Jacob, I'm messing this up too. Derek Regal in the 13th spot and Isaiah Gill in the 14th.
Dean Qualley in the 15th spot, and Brandon White in the 16th spot. And that's going to roll off everybody for tonight.
Kind of a small field, so maybe we won't see as many wreckers and stuff before it's too late. Dustin Dean really holding up the field here by not gridding. Maybe a little gamesmanship with the fuel strategy. They do only have 65% fuel.
I think he might have missed the grid completely because I don't even see him in the pits.
Uh-oh. Maybe he wants to start at the back. Might be a good choice as well. That's going to put Eddie Morris on the inside line on the front row. That might be a great spot to be for Eddie.
I know Eddie was doing some practicing earlier, and he definitely wants to do what he can to stay up there. So I'm going to check on Dustin real quick.
Okay. As they roll down into turns 3 and 4 here, you should see him go around one more time. I'm sorry, the pace car is off. Eddie Morris is going to get this thing going. Dylan Redding on the outside. And And green flag is in the air, and we're racing the 8 machine with a decent jump at the front. As he goes down into turn 1. Gonna see how well he's hooked up. Eddie Morris putting in that work during practice. We'll see if that pays off here. Well, we got a battle for that second position already. Brian Nudie right up to the back bumper of Dylan Redding. Let's see how that goes. We got 1 in the wall.
That's the 09 of Michael White in the wall. He keeps it going as Nudie's now looking underneath Dylan Redding, and he's going to take that position easily.
And it looks like Dustin Dean just did miss the grid.
We just found out Dustin Dean had internet issues, and I was told to report that he hit an all-time high ping of 1425, so that's a high score.
Eddie Morris really stepping out now, almost up to a second ahead of Brian Nudie behind him. And might have to show some patience here as we...
I just saw the 12 car drifting through turns 3 and 4 there. He was completely sideways smoking the tires, so these guys are already fighting a real loose racetrack. And even on the restart, on the start there, I saw a bunch of cars spin their tires.
We look on with Jacob Bowen, who might be under a little bit of fire from Austin Blaylock. This guy's really showing some patience, man. Maybe we were wrong, Josh.
Dustin Dean is trying to drive up through the field right now. He's already on the back of Dean Qualley.
He's right there on the back end of Dean Qualley. It's going to be tight coming off the corner. He slapped the wall. Kept it going straight, though.
Good,
Looks like Nudie's starting to close the gap up here at the front. Eddie Morris. And, you know, this early in a run, if you're Eddie Morris, let him go. Let him go right on by. You know what, Brian? You're faster. Let's see what you got here. Don't let that pressure really mess up your line. Ooh-wee. Little slap to the wall.
That's not a slap to the wall. That's just a Darlington swipe. Oh, we got 1 in the wall. The 12 in the wall, but he's going to keep it going. You'll see that all night tonight, these guys getting up and just kissing the wall just like Eddie just did right there. Again, his Darlington stripe out early. Here comes Nudie to the lead.
I don't think Eddie's going to go away too quietly. It looks like he's ready to race. Been letting that thing hang out, but Nudie just really hooked up right now early in this run. We'll see how he fares late on old tires. Really riding that high line and then diamonding it off there too, Josh, as you talked about. Laylock in the 99. Looks like he's closing that distance to Eddie Morris as well now. Down a 0.4 back from Eddie.
We got the 86 on pit road right now as Derek Regal. Not really sure what happened to him, but he is on pit road as we speak.
Oh, Isaiah Gill sliding. And these guys are driving the wheels off these things right now. Back them corners up, boys. Keep them going straight.
Actually, I did double check, and the 86 just lost on his own, caught the inside wall, and had to go to pit lane to get a new car, so that's why he's on pit road as we speak.
If you're watching the video here tonight, let us know if there are some issues on Facebook still. If not, hopefully that's not the case. But if so, slide over to Twitch or YouTube and check it out as well, and that'll really help us out in the Facebook chat. Looks like it should be pretty stable on our end.
And Dustin Dean.
Oh man,
10th spot.
Eddie Morris and Austin Blaylock tighten into the wall, giving themselves some more Darlington stripage. Michael White now hunting down Brandon White. Looks like Mike's been into the wall as well with that right front.
I expect to see every single car on track in the wall at some point tonight.
Everybody but Brian Nudie so far, who has really stepped out to an almost 3-second lead over Eddie Morris. Eddie Morris now starting to kind of drive away from Austin Blaylock in that second spot.
Well, Austin Blaylock's under fire right now from Stephen Black, who's all over his back bumper.
And Stevens got a really good run going right now. He's going to diamond it off. He's going to have a really good run down the front stretch here. He's underneath him.
Yeah, Stephen had a great run. Almost got into the back of Blaylock, but he was able to check up enough to keep it off his back bumper.
Isaiah Gill now coming as well. He's on the back of Jacob Bowen as we see a battle for that 5th spot.
Jacob's having a really good run tonight, running in top 5 right now. Actually just fell back 2-6 as you see Stephen Black now in the wall. Getting his Darlington stripe out of the way. But we talked to Jacob before the race. He was commenting how he learned a lot just watching a couple people drive. So it's nice to see him having a good run tonight.
And Gill clears into 5th. Watch out for Gill. Looks like Brian Merle must have crashed. If we can get a hold of that. Oh yeah, hard into the wall. Kept it going straight though. Maybe not. Oh, into the inside wall. No caution though.
Way down on the aprons, there's no caution as Eddie Morris now has an issue. He's falling way back.
And he's got some damage on his left rear, Josh. Maybe somebody got into him?
Yeah, Stephen Black got into the, not on purpose, but looks like he got in underneath him. Oh, okay. I see the replay. It looked like Stephen Black was trying to move, pass him. And he just got real loose. Eddie got real loose and smacked the wall and came down into the side of Stephen Black too. So
Gotcha.
Stephen might have a little bit of damage right now.
That opened the door for Isaiah Gill. Isaiah Gill now up to that 3rd spot. Looking like one of the most stout cars out here. As he's been able to move his way through the field now. Giving Stephen Black the business. That's to close the gap here.
Like I said, Stephen might have a little bit of damage there from when Eddie Morris bounced off the wall into his right side.
You can see the gap back from Nudie. Nudie out to 7 seconds now.
And even though this is an oval that's weirdly shaped, we know Nudie's a good road course racer. And you see a lot of road course racers drive this track well because you've got that double apex through 1 and 2. And you've got to have patience on the throttle. Oh, we got Eddie, yellow is out. Eddie Morris hard into the inside wall on the backstretch.
And that's going to bring in our first wreckage replay of the night. All right, Eddie. What happened? Here we go. Under pressure from the 20. It's into the outside wall. Eddie and I talked about this before the race. A little bit of patience here was going to go a long way. It looks like he was trying to be patient, just got into that outside wall there. And then turned by the 20.
So an interesting change of events here. They decided to do unlimited tire sets for this race, which to me, I think is a very smart call. As a driver, I like that. Yep, just looks like he smacked the wall and nowhere to go.
And that's really going to change things up. It's going to take away the strategy and really maybe even see a little bit more aggression out of some of these guys. Now knowing that they don't have to conserve those tires.
We also just saw a 20-lap run.
We sure did.
So, like you said, showing a little patience early. These guys might stretch a couple of green flag runs here, and they might need to hold on to those tires. Because I know whenever I race this track, after about 20 laps, I'm crying for a yellow. Hoping the yellow comes out or I can go in and pit.
For sure.
And the stage end is going to be lap 50 tonight. So whoever's leading at lap 50 is going to get their playoff point. So for guys like Dustin Dean and all our playoff drivers, they want to get up there and try to win that stage at lap 50.
Yeah, that's a big feather in your cap in the playoffs for sure. Well, we got a second. If you are watching the broadcast, go ahead and like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Also, share it with your friends and family. If you're driving right now and watching, send it to your friends. Facebook all of them. Who cares? If they don't like it, they'll remove you anyways. So far, this is our first caution at lap 20. I thought it was going to be worse than that. I thought for sure we'd see something earlier than that. But what do you think, Josh? Decent racing so far.
Very good racing. These guys are putting on a good show right now. I'm enjoying it as they're stacking up here 2x2 to re-rack them and go again.
And if you're watching this on Facebook, will you let us know if the stream's looking good? We know that Facebook was having some issues earlier. And so any feedback would be greatly appreciated. As the cars come out of turn 2.
Yep, they're down the backstretch.
On the backstretch now?
Turn 4.
Yeah. That's why it's confusing me a little bit. I bet you this would help.
There you go. But it's funny because they put this. Oh no, that's the. I was gonna say they put a start finish line on both sides there. Now that's just the
halfway point.
Yeah.
And the pace car is in. Nudie will lead us to the green. Green, green, green. Green flag is out. And they're racing. Isaiah Gill underneath of Stephen Black here into turns 1 and 2.
And as I mentioned earlier, I ran a couple of laps here before the race. Just kind of feel the track out. And the tires are very, very slick for the first couple laps. It's Dustin Dean, all over the back bumper of Austin Blaylock. Austin really loose. Oh, they made contact.
Oh, hard into the inside wall. Green's still out. No caution is now out. That's going to bring in our second. Cautions breed cautions, Josh.
And Dustin was just going for the position, and it looks like who was it? Austin Blaylock just got real loose. We're going to see it here on the replay, but that was just a tough break for both those guys right there.
Yeah, you're going to see Austin and Dean take 2 different lines through the corner here. And then you're going to see Austin just get a little bit loose off the corner.
Oh, he was loose in the middle of the corner there. That's a hard hit there, too, for Dustin.
And this time we'll go on board with Dustin.
helpless feeling. There's nothing he can do at that point.
And now you either lift and still get wrecked, or try to go for it. And Dustin Dean just in the wrong place, wrong time. Dustin Dean on pit road.
And Eddie Morris is getting the lucky dog. So going from leading the race to having to take a lucky dog here.
Oh man, that's terrible. See if he can get a push. I don't know if he'll be able to get a push now that he's already in pit lane. Nope. He's gonna have to reset. Tough break for Dustin Dean. Now he'll have to wait for the tow. Which, man, that shouldn't be very long if he's already on pit road, right, Josh?
Well, it depends. If he's past his pit stall and they've got to tow him all the way around the track. If he's in front of his pit stall, or if he's...
He was still before his pit stall, but on pit road.
So it only should be a few seconds extra of towing.
So my brother purchased a PC. He's had a wheel for a while. He's going to be joining us, Josh. Be part of this Intensity Racing team, baby. If he wants to be. I didn't tell him he had to be. But he was asking me about licensing and how the iRacing official licensing works, and I was explaining it to him, and it brought me back to the days where I used to run time trials just to get my iRacing safety rating up. Stay away from all the crazies.
You know, our buddy Jason Yacht won a couple time trial championships over the years. I just get into the time trial thing. It just, I don't know. I like the competition. I like running against people.
I completely agree with you.
But to each their own. I mean, some people enjoy the time trial. Some people like to push themselves.
True.
Looks like Austin Blaylock is going to get the EOL there for that last incident there.
Yep, the restart's going to see Brian Nudie, Isaiah Gill, Stephen Black, Jacob Bowen, Dylan Redding, Nicholas Ford in that 6th spot. Nicholas Ford, big race going tomorrow night. He's going to be admin in that money race that we'll be hosting. And then Michael White, Michael Lawrence, Michael Provolt, and then rounding out the top 10, got you Dean Qualley. And then Eddie Morris in that 11th spot, getting his lap back after wrecking early. We'll see if he shows a little bit more patience here as we move through the next 100 laps. Are they moving to single file, or are we just still waiting to get back double file?
We're trying to get everything all squared away here because there's a car that's kind of... Oh, the lights on the pace car are still on, too.
Awesome.
I think people are trying to sort out where they're supposed to be in a couple positions here.
So Jen is saying I'm low on both channels. That's interesting. My sound is low. Do I sound good to you, Josh?
We hear you loud and clear.
All right. Maybe mute your mic and then pull up the stream. Just make sure. Maybe she's got us down all the way.
Now you look like you're loud and clear on the stream too, the stream lab. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's just an issue with our stream in general. Oh. Oh, that makes sense, I guess. I'm not sure.
Oh, Rob Yost Jr. just said we're fine.
All right,
So-
Rob said we're beautiful. That's what I like to hear.
I don't think he said that. He said we're fine.
That's what fine meant when I was growing up. All right, coming out of turns 3 and 4. Brian Nudie, Isaiah Gill. You might have a fight on your hands here, Mr. Nudie.
Green's in the air, and
All three cars at the front get a great jump on each other. They're going to drive away from the main pack here to start.
oh, we got. All right.
Get a little battle between Brian Nudie and Isaiah Gill up here at the front. 0.35. Let's see if Nudie drives away from him. Looks like Nudie's starting to pull away just a bit. Isaiah starting to reel him in just a little bit more here.
We
Great.
got. Oh, the 11 of Dylan Redding hard into the inside wall on
Yep.
the backstretch.
Still green right now.
We are still green, but he's gonna have to go in and get that thing repaired.
Sure it was Redding?
Oh yeah, the 11. I was watching it. He went right down into the inside wall. Looks like he just got loose off the corner and slammed right down into the inside wall there.
I got Redding still under speed in my... You're talking about Brian Merle maybe? The 12?
Nope, it was the 11 car. He was running in the 4th spot or 5th spot. And
Okay.
now he is in the 12th spot.
Looks like Junior, Brian Merle Jr. has maybe retired.
86 around. But we stay green. Yep, the 12 car is just coming off pit road right now. We see the 21 Dustin Dean getting around the 20 of Brandon White.
Yeah, you can see the damage to Dylan Redding's left side as he got into the inside wall there. Stephen Black chasing down Isaiah Gill. But Isaiah Gill really keeping with Brian Nudie at the front with a second spot. Not letting him get too far away. That interval is still about 0.6 of a second now. As we're watching now, Michael Lawrence pressuring Nicholas Ford. And he's going to go by. Nicholas Ford, but he's going to get into the outside wall just a little bit. That 99 machine of Austin Blaylock is a lap down, but he's not going to go away quietly either. He was running up toward the front. He wants to get himself back up there and in contention for this thing.
You know, he's running for the lucky dog right now. Actually, he is the lucky dog right now. Dustin Dean is 2 laps down. I thought he was only 1, so he is in the lucky dog position right now if something was to happen and he was to go yellow.
So this battle at the front between Isaiah Gill and Brian Nudie, I think it's going to come down to tire management. I mean, I know they have unlimited tires, but if we don't get any more cautions, who's gonna be the guy that can drive on old tires? We've seen both of these guys able to do it in the past.
Looks like Nudi's really starting to get run down a little bit by that 2-car. The gap looks like it's starting to shrink.
I saw it the other way. I thought that Nudie was starting to open it up just a little bit over Isaiah, but you could be right. Go back and look at that battle real quick. Pull up our little battle box. It looks like Nudie's starting to really open it up now, up to 1.3.
Yeah. We see this week after week. Nudie just gotta, between Nudie or Gil, one of them is gonna stretch the lead and kind of just run it down. And great battle there. Oh, yellow is out. The 09 is around on the backstretch.
Yeah, the Michael White is crashed, it says. So let's go ahead and bring in that wreckage replay. This might give, that's going to give Austin Blaylock his lap back here, Josh.
It is. And I wonder if Dustin Dean's not going to pit this time when everybody else does, try to get that wave by.
That would be the smart move. As we take a look here at the 09. Into the outside wall. Into the inside wall. Almost back onto the track, but it's it rolling. I'm not quite sure why they threw that yellow there, but maybe that little part where he came back toward the track, maybe that was why. Meanwhile, Nudie on pit road. Josh, too early to really gamble with like pit strategy?
Well, remember we're approaching the end of the stage, lap 50 for that point. So, you know, some of these guys may gamble here just to get that stage point, especially the playoff drivers. But looks like everybody's going to come in, so we should be going back green with enough time to race for that playoff point. So, yeah, everybody might be coming in for tires.
And watch this. I'm gonna rewind real quick. Watch this little race off pit road between Gil and Black. You watch them both get up off the pit road here. Go on board with Isaiah Gil. He was trying.
Great race right there.
Merle Jr. just trying to get a wave by. Get back on one of his numerous laps.
Yeah, he got caught. It sounds like the didn't beat the pace car off, and he got a black flag. Had to go in and serve it, and got stuck behind the field. He had some damage. He had some issues with some things going on as well. There was a lot of radio chatter in that last run there. That's why I was quiet, trying to hear what was going on between the drivers. And no, it's nothing I can say. We're just going to leave it at that. See the Eddie Morris tribute car right there.
It looks like Eddie was trying to get a little bit of maybe the damage fixed, spending some time there on pit road.
Yeah, they only have one reset, so maybe he's just trying to save that reset as long as he can.
Eddie in the round of 8. Currently running in the 12th spot. Dylan Redding hitting pit road in the 11th spot here. He's got to be careful. He might have the field coming by him, and there goes Eddie Morris and Michael White by him. Did he go down the wrong pit road, Josh?
I'm not sure.
Doesn't look like it. There it goes. And that seemed like a really long pit road.
It is a really long pit road. That's why.
Brian Merle, Dean Qualley going by. Like, Dylan might have some significant damage. His car is shut off.
Yeah, like I said, I watched him smack the inside wall earlier. And little side note here, I just heard the 20 of Brandon White say he hopes his wheel will make it 70 laps or 80 laps because it's wiggling around on his desk. So never a fun thing if anybody's ever been on iRacing to have your wheel come
Nudie.
off in your hand.
Gill. Black. Great start again from all three of them. Nicholas Ford now up to that 4th spot.
He's having a great run tonight. Him and Jacob Bowen. Jacob in that 5th spot right now. He's under pressure, though, from the 20 of Brandon White.
Let's see if Gill and Nudie and Black have anything for each other this time. So far, Brian Nudie, class of the field up front. Keep seeing that neon green car pop out and go back in and pop. You know who that is?
Ooh, that 20 of Brandon White hard into the outside wall. And
We'll see him checking up there.
something just happened to Stephen Black.
That 20 is really struggling right now. He's sliding off the corner. He's getting out of the way now for the 9. Now Stephen Black under fire from the other number 20 car. That other number 20 is Nicholas Ford. Say we're going to get a points at lap 50?
Yep, one point for the leader. One playoff point here. This would be lap 50, so at the end of this lap, they'll be awarding one playoff point. Looks like Brian Nudie probably going to have it pretty easily here, unless he does something stupid off of the corner here. But he keeps it going straight.
And he doesn't even wiggle off the corner.
He's running so far off the wall on the exit of 2, which you never see. But it's a smart line.
And there it is. Yep.
So that's going to complete the stage. No stage break. We're going to keep running, but that would be the end of the stage there.
And this is where we pick up with the battle on track. I think 4th, 5th, and 6th here. I'm sorry, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
And the 11 of Dylan Redding has just left pit road. So he is 6 laps down.
Michael White now looking under Eddie Morris for the 6th spot. That'll move him up.
Big move to the inside from that 20 car. Get around Eddie Morris. And now Eddie's going to be under attack here.
From the 95 as well.
Yep, Michael Provolt. Who's currently under attack from Austin Blaylock. So there's a 4-car battle coming up right here.
Up front of them, you see Michael White getting after Jacob Bowen now, too. Ooh, hard into the wall for White. Maybe a little hard on entry there.
Well, that's going on. We're about to be 3 wide. Nope, they thought better of it. Eddie Morris and Austin Blaylock here having a great battle. And it looked like the 95 there was going to take him 3 wide for a second. They were able to get it sorted off. But, yeah, Eddie's getting into the corner so well, but looks like on the far end of the track, the other end of the track, Austin Blaylock's just getting such a great run through 3 and 4 here. Eddie's back up into the wall. That's going to help Blaylock get a good run.
We're on board now with Austin Blaylock.
You hear that throttle control that you got to have around this place.
You can hear the tires barking too.
Oh, and he drops to the inside. He got a little loose, and Austin's going to go right around. We'll get up another spot. Which is important for these guys, because those guys are playoff drivers. They're still trying to make that that final race, final four.
Yeah, and Eddie lost a lot of time to Blaylock on that one. Back up front with Brian Nudie. Says he's just here for the safety rating. I love it. Nice.
Oh, Eddie Morris hard into the wall. Knocked the front clip off the car. We stay green.
Michael White now to the inside of Bowen. Sorry, yeah, Michael White.
Yep.
Almost said Brandon White. They're right next to each other. And Michael White's going to clear. See if Jacob Bowen can find a way to get back past him.
Jacob's still having an impressive run tonight.
Yeah, you might have taught him a thing when he was watching you earlier.
Hey, I didn't want to say who he was watching earlier.
Isaiah Gill, 2.7 off the back of Nudie. Really holding down that second spot. Stephen Black still looking to get back in the action.
Oh, the 09, Michael White just down to the inside, almost into the inside wall. That's going to allow the 99, or sorry, the 28 to get back around him.
It did. Jacob Bowen back up to the 5th spot.
And it's not for position, but the 21 of Dustin Dean is all over the back bumper of the 98 of Stephen Black. Again, I know, thought he was. Looked like he was gaining on him a little bit.
Yeah, I was watching that a minute ago. Dustin's been running a really good line now. Stephen Black's just, there you go. Pull aside, let him by. Don't let that pressure get to you.
Steven's been on the radio, not too happy with the way the car is handling.
Nudie not having a problem at all with how the car's handling. It's almost like he wrote a script that makes the car just turn through the corner. Because that thing is hooked up. It doesn't even wiggle.
Don't say words like that. Iracing has one of the better anti-cheat programs out there. So
No, I know. I'm just messing around. But he is hooked up. Look at him go. I mean, he doesn't even wiggle off the corner.
no, he's driving that thing like you should around here, and it's like he's been able to save the tires. You're looking at his lap times right now, and he's running 29.2s, and Isaiah Gill's running 29.3s, and then everybody else is running 29.6s, 7s, and 8s. So they definitely have this thing figured out. You see how smooth he is on that wheel, not sawing the wheel. And you saw me driving the track earlier, swatting for flies in my car, so it shows a big difference.
See how long he lets that roll through 3 and 4. That's the secret there for 3 and 4. For sure. 1 and 2. When I was doing my laps, I think about the same through 1 and 2. Low on entry, high up, diamond off. 3 and 4 is where the time is made up here.
They're coming on the lap car of 17 of Dean
He is. Dean Qualley is going to be in his way, and this isn't a place that's very fun to try to pass somebody, I'll tell you that. Really holding Nudie up here. He's going to step aside for him.
So, you catch people so fast, and a lot of times you catch them in all the wrong places. So now he's going to be trying to lap the 47 of Michael Lawrence here. Right now, it looks like everybody's kind of settling in and spreading out.
Yep, and Michael Lawrence steps aside, lets Nudie on by, seeing that he's the leader.
These guys are about 25 laps into a stint, and they have 65% fuel. I imagine within the next 15, 20 laps, these guys are going to start thinking about some green flag pit stops. And Joe, this is not an easy pit road to get onto.
Not at all. And I mean, out of the ones in iRacing or in real life that I wouldn't want to try to get onto without practicing it, this is one of them. Unless you've practiced it, you might see some cars with some serious issues going down pit road here in a minute.
Well, if for those of you who don't know, not just do you have to deal with, transitioning to the apron, but you actually have 2 different aprons. So you have 3 different bankings that you've got to go from the racing surface down to the pit road. You see how wide open the track is, how much area there is from the inside to the outside through the corners, and you've got to find the entrance of pit road, which is just a very, very small entrance. So these guys, I imagine, might have some issues.
Like you said, you can look at the pit stint length here, and 26 laps. This is their longest run so far. Who's going to be the first taker? That's the question.
Yeah, and these guys sound like they be pretty soon, just because of how bad the cars are handling. That's the first time I've seen Nudie wiggle so far.
But I mean, you can't pit no matter what. I don't think you can pit. Oh, Nudie slapped the wall there. I heard it. You can't pit before you run out of fuel, because then you're really costing yourself time on track, in my opinion. Unless you know you can make it.
I tend to disagree, only because right now you're giving up 3 seconds a lap. Oh, we got one around the 20 car. I'm sorry, the 31, Nicholas Ford, into the inside wall, but we're going to say green. But he is stuck on the inside wall on the backstretch.
We'll go back and look at it real quick while we're under green flag conditions. Yep, and we stayed green there.
Oh, another one around on the front stretch. That's the 09. That didn't even bring out a caution. That was... Oh, the yellow is out now.
All right, well, that's going to bring in our next wreckage replay real quick. And we already got this thing pretty much queued up. Like he might have got a little help, Josh. And we saw Michael White with some tight racing with Jacob Bowen in the 20 machine of Brandon White as well. So let's see what happened here. A little loose off the corner. Oh, and then into the...
All I can see is record rewind up there.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I do that so often. I get so Caught up in controlling this thing. All right, let's try that again. If I was wrong, start there. Michael White does not get help wrecking, but he ends up hitting somebody else, so. He just get loose up off the corner, trying to correct it. Dustin Dean scoots by, but Nicholas Ford just getting that thing back rolling gets caught up by Michael White spinning. And the caution
Looks like
comes
the
out.
09 might have caught the apron just a little bit.
And he pulled a Josh, as we like to call it.
So as you see these guys come onto pit road, if you jump on board with one of these guys, you can see how tight this pit entry is, even under yellow. So imagine trying to do that under green. It's a complete blind corner into the pits there.
So I saw the light was red. Did they just enter a closed pit?
It's only for you. If you.
Oh, I got you.
Because we're not actually on the track, so one of those things that iRacing's still working out.
Got
I
it.
love having those pit lights, though, man.
Yeah, it's cool. Gill into his pit safe. Right side goes up. See the 20 of Nicholas Ford come in. And Gill's rolling. Anybody gonna race him off? Not this time. All right. While we got a second, let's roll through our grid order for this upcoming restart. As soon as everybody gets up off pit road, we'll roll through them.
This has been an incredibly clean race, considering what we really expected it to be.
Yeah, I wasn't expected to be in bed till before 1 o'clock, but it's gonna happen. Which I'm glad, right? Brian Nudi, our current leader. And I don't think anybody else has led the race since the beginning of it. Eddie Morris led a couple of laps there at the very beginning. But other than that, it's been the Nudie show. Brandon White's going to start in that second spot on the outside. Jacob Bowen from Reno, Nevada in the third spot. Austin Blaylock in the third, actually. We're getting all settled now. Isaiah Gill in the fourth. Bowen in the fifth. Stephen Black in the sixth spot. Eddie Morris trying to catch up to the field. Still got some damage on that machine. Dean Qualley from Medicine Hat. I don't know what that means. That place.
I believe it is. Up in Canada, I know that.
And we're green. Brian Nudie out to a big jump over the rest of the field here. We got one on the wall back there. Stephen Black or Dylan Redding. That's Dylan Redding in the wall back there. They all scattered.
Isaiah Gill trying to work the high side around Austin Blaylock. Now he's going to work to the inside. You can see it in the background there. Oh, and Stephen Black almost runs up. Oh, Stephen Black around. He saves it, though, on the apron. As we can see, Brandon White now starting to chase down. Not chase down, but come into the picture.
Just as you say that, he goes and gets himself one of them stripes there up on their wall.
And I did just look it up. Medicine Hat is a city in Alberta, Canada.
There you go.
So it's along the South Saskatchewan River. So there you go. Learn something new every day.
I mean, White bouncing off the wall, still keeping up with Nudie.
It's helping to keep the car straight.
What's that line from Days of Thunder?
I don't remember a line about being in the wall on Days of Thunder.
No, but Rubbin's racing. You get rub a
Rubbin
wall.
As Dustin Dean now on the lead lap, he's starting to march his way back through the field. Up into the 10th spot now.
I don't think he's on the lead lap yet.
Is he not? No, he's still 2 laps down. You're right. Apologize. I saw him coming up through the field again. Tough night for him, having some internet connection issues and then having the issues on pit road, so. Some of these cars out here right now are absolutely on edge loose. I've seen a couple cars. I just saw Eddie Morris come off the corner sideways.
Eddie's still in that 7th spot. Dean Quali 8th. Michael Lawrence 9th. Dustin Dean 10th. And actually, Dean Quali, Michael Lawrence, and Dustin... Or I'm sorry, maybe it's just Michael Lawrence and Dustin Dean, but they're fighting for position, right, Josh?
Yes, they are.
Oh.
Looks like, yeah, no. I take that back. Michael Lawrence is 1 lap down. Dustin Dean is 2 laps down. So Dean Quali, Michael Lawrence are both 1 lap down. They're fighting for the lucky dog right now. Wiggins still 6 laps down, but he just gained a position because the 09 of Michael White had to park.
You can see this battle for the top 3. We're looking on with Brandon White, but he's 2 seconds back from Nudie, but he's getting run down now a little bit by Isaiah Gill. Isaiah Gill only 0.8 back. We'll see if he continues to open that gap over Isaiah. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job. Over a second now for Isaiah Gill. Then he kind of lifted there, a little loose off the corner. Look how fast Isaiah Gill was able to close, over half a second just from that wiggle. And now the 20 into the wall.
And he hits the apron a little bit, gets loose again.
Still able to maintain almost a half a second, though. That's what I was saying before. The 20 driving the wheels off that thing, trying to keep it straight. Isaiah Gill just biding his time, nice and smooth.
As you say that, I just saw the 21 bouncing off the wall. Getting himself another strike.
While these two battle it out back here, Nudie opening that gap up to 3.5 seconds now.
Yeah, it looks like Brandon White just pulled over and let Isaiah Gill by.
Yeah, he was struggling there a bit.
By this point in the race, I'm sure Isaiah feels like he's driving one of them dump trucks.
Austin Blaylock up to the 4th spot now, too. Let's see what he's got for Brandon White. He's about 3 seconds back right now. And we'll keep.
Everybody's kind of spreading out, pacing their time. We got 35 laps to go. Imagine these guys are going to want to pit one more time. I don't think they can make to the end on this run.
It'll definitely be close. You might be able to had you saved.
I believe they said in that last run that the 12 car ran out of gas. So
27 laps ish.
yeah, about 30 laps. I think. I think the pit went at probably about 35 to 40 laps.
Yeah, if they ran out of gas, you say what number?
The 12.
12 car?
Yep. Is he not showing up there?
Trying to find him on here. There we go. 44 laps.
There you go. So these guys are working lap 19 right now with this stint. And there's still 32 laps to go, so these guys will have to come in and pit one more time.
Yeah, they're working lap. Nudies was on lap 19. So, yep, you're right. Right there. It's going to be close. That's what I'm saying. If they saved a little bit, they might be okay. Right? Am I crazy?
You're crazy.
Oh, yeah, they would need like almost 50 laps.
plus-
Yeah. Yep,
yeah.
yeah. There ain't no way you're saving that much. So currently, Merle. He's in 13th.
Few laps down, but missing the front end of that car, but still gaining points.
Jacob Bowen. Still having a decent run in the 6th spot. Does he go on board with him? Get him a little screen time.
Got a little race going on between the 98 and 99 right now.
Stephen Black with a power move to the inside Austin Blaylock. Look like Austin might have just said, you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly what he just said. He said his car is not handling well, and to let him on by. And coming into the picture behind them is Jacob Bowen. Having an impressive run tonight, sitting in 5th right now.
I have him in 6th currently.
So he is in 6th.
All right, Nudi's catching lap car again of Michael Lawrence here. Michael Lawrence was just into that outside wall. That's the only thing right now that could really hinder Brian Nudi's run. Something bad happens in front of him.
Dustin Dean slowing down. I think he's coming to pit road.
Michael Lawrence jumps out of the way. That's Dustin Dean's only shot, I think.
Yeah, he's on pit road right now, looking to get his service done.
Like he got in pretty well.
He did. I was impressed.
Might have a little bit of right front damage on that machine.
I think once he comes in and takes tires and starts turning some laps, these other guys might see the speed difference and might think about coming in on their own.
Good point. Good point.
Oh, the 28 now around the 99. Oh, the 99's coming back.
And Dustin Dean's rolling.
Yeah, a little battle here between Jacob Bowen and Austin Blaylock on track.
Yep. We're looking at it here on the main screen. 26 laps to go. Owen going to work. Trying to get away from that there Austin Blaylock.
Austin up in the wall. So I'll let Jacob drive away. As the 20 car of Brandon White now on pit road.
Caramel Apple Jacks. Nice. That's a cool looking car.
Got a Tia D Quali on pit road. Eddie Morris to pit road. There you go. People are starting to make their pit stops now.
You think Eddie's gonna get that thing fixed finally?
Isaiah Gill on pit road. So what I call that one, start seeing a couple guys come to pit road, and everybody's starting to come on pit road.
Here comes Nudie.
Yep, Newey slowing down, and now you can really see what I was talking about by way down, slumping down for that pit lane. It's a real tight entrance there.
Even Black.
Oh,
Yeah, you can see that. He wasn't ready for that hard turn getting in there. Jacob Bowen missed it. Jacob Bowen missed it. There you go, Josh. That's what we were talking about.
You should go online. I was going to say, go on board with that just so you can see what I was talking about, how hard it is to get on this pit road. This right here really tells the tale.
I mean, he even tried from way back there. Maybe that was part of the reason.
Well, no, because you can't see this pit road entrance coming up right there. So, it's coming around again this time, and
This is live.
yep,
Found it that time.
99 on pit road still. He's pulling off pit road now. 28 on pit load. That's our current leader, Jacob Bowen. Yep.
And
He's the last car to pit.
Nudie's gonna go by now. He's gonna retake the lead back from Jacob Bowen.
That's gonna cost you. Oh, we got one in the wall, right in front of 98. Stephen Black around. No caution, but the 98 is around on the backstretch. But we stay green. That was you might want to go back and watch that one. That was a couple cars getting real loose together, and
Go back and look at that right here.
it looks like Dustin Dean gets into the back of the 95 there. It's the 88 on your screen, but 95 on scoring. Michael Provault. Just
Man, what a drive by Michael to hang on to it. Stephen Black just wrecks himself getting down on the apron there. Tough luck for the both cars, 95 and 98 there, getting down on that apron. As we're live now. Into the top 5 is Eddie Morris now.
and I'm watching lap times right now. And right now, Isaiah Gill is the fastest car on track.
Yeah, he's got 7.5 seconds to make up, so I can see why he's driving the wheels off it. But I don't know if it's going to be enough without a caution, Josh.
That last time by, he was a second faster than Brian Nudie. This time by, he is half a second faster than Brian Nudie. So let's see if we have any good battles on track right now. But
It doesn't seem that way right now. And the closest one here is Eddie Morris to Austin Blaylock.
you know, Dustin Dean's got a gaggle of cars in front of him. He's got the 11 and the 20 going at it right now.
I don't want Eddie to look at this, but Brian Nudie's coming.
And at the same time, Isaiah Gill's coming too. Yeah, he's still the fastest car on track. That time, him and Nudie are running almost identical laps. A 28.044 for Nudie and a 28.024 for Gill.
Here comes Nudie, looking for a way around Eddie Morris.
There's just 15 laps to go. These guys are going to start.
Eddie fighting for everything he's got to stay on the lead lap here.
Yeah. Because if a yellow was to come out, he'd be still on the lead lap. Able to make something happen here, but here comes Nudie to the inside.
Gonna let him go.
Yep, he just come across and said, just go by. Which isn't a bad move because right now he's the first car a lap down, and
Austin Blaylock passing some lap cars.
yeah, he was actually struggling the past Dean right there.
And that's all happening again right here in front of in front of Brian Nudie. You can see Dean in the wall in front of Nudie there. That's got to give Nudie some reservation about getting up past him, I'll tell you that.
Brian Nudie's putting a clinic on. Right now there's only 4 cars on the lead lap.
Austin Blaylock passing Michael Lawrence now. And that's a sketchy situation. They move out of the way for the leader. Both of them do. That's a really, really awesome move by both those guys.
Right now the only cars on the lead lap are Nudie, Isaiah Gill, Brandon White, and Austin Blaylock for right now.
Yep, and we're looking back from Austin Blaylock right now, who, man, Nudie's coming. About to be under fire from him.
See, the 28 is back on pit road. Not really sure what happened there.
Did he get a black flag for going underneath the cone but not hitting pit road?
Let's see if I can see what happened here.
Michael Lawrence staying low. And Austin Blaylock trying so hard to not lose this lead lap to Nudie.
I think the 28 might have had a connection issue. Now the 47 of who's that? The Michael Lawrence is on pit road as well. I just saw Dylan Redding come off of pit road. A couple of these guys, I don't know if they're having issues or what's going on. Austin's just gonna let Nudie on by.
I mean, he held him up as long as he could there.
Yeah, he's another one who's not too happy with the way the car's handling right now. And I was correct. Jacob Bowen's through pit just fell through. So he did have a connection issue.
The old interwebs is having some issues tonight.
Yeah, he was just saying that he was excited to have a top 10 finish here, and now with the internet going out, that's going to be tough for him to do that.
That dropped him to the 11th spot, but Michael Lawrence is on pit road. Ryan Nudie. It's almost 8 seconds now over Isaiah Gill.
Yeah, when we cross the line here, we're going to have 5 laps to go. So, barring a caution and a mistake, Nudie's got this one pretty much wrapped up.
They're running that fucking new track.
Thank you.
Sorry about that, folks. We do apologize for that.
Just ignore that there was a gremlin. Not sure where that came from. Oh, Dustin Dean into the wall in front of the leader here. Twice now, 3 times.
That's not what Nudie wants to see right now. And we know Dustin's going to try to hold him up, even though he's a few laps down. He's our points leader right now coming into the race, so he's going to try to battle for everything he can.
And he just threw a nasty block on a nudie.
We're coming to 3 laps to go here.
Dustin Dean's struggling tonight. He's into the outside wall again. Really holding Nudie up, though. Not enough for Isaiah Gill to do anything about it. He's still 7.5 seconds back. Two laps to go. Make that one. White flag in the air. One more time around this really odd-shaped egg.
And Nudie doesn't have to go around Dustin. He can just ride right here.
Yep.
I'm sure that's what he's going to do.
No need to push the issue.
You've got a 7-second lead. Might as well just enjoy it and run. As Brian Nudie is going to come home with the win. Isaiah Gill crosses in second. Brandon White comes home in third.
Austin Blaylock, 4th. Stephen Black, 5th? That sound right?
Yeah, Steven had a rough night tonight. He wasn't very happy with his car at all.
And 6th, gonna see Eddie Morris. 7th, Dean Qualley. 8th, Dustin Dean. And a rough night for Dustin Dean. Still comes away with an 8th spot. 9th, Michael Provolt. 10th, Michael Lawrence. There we go. That's weird the way that works. Brian Nudie, first. Ripping it down.
And actually a great race tonight. Wasn't as many yellows as I was expecting it to be. Nice, great finish here at the end.
Oh yeah, these guys put on a really good show. A lot cleaner than I thought it would be. A lot less caution. We did have some guys wrecking, and maybe just not enough cars to have a caution. But awesome finish there at the end.
Yeah, and a green flag pit stop.
Yep. We saw what you talked about, Jacob Bowen missing that pit stop. That costed him multiple positions on track, and then a connection issue brings him home 12th.
Yeah, unfortunate finish for him. As let's see if we can find our top 3 and drag him in here. Let's see if I can find Brandon White. There he is. Oh, that's not Brandon. Oh, they're in the waiting room. Perfect. Brandon, Josh, and Joe in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I do. What's going on, guys?
Hey, great way to come home third. I heard a lot of people out there complain about how the car drove. Just managing the tires and getting the car to the end. How'd you see the race from your side?
It was totally a managing thing. Our hearts are sad tonight. The two pedals, one clutch teammate Isaiah's closing doors, so you'll have to ask him about that. I'm not going to explain anymore. So please ask him that. Uh, Other than that, yeah, it was a tire saving management thing all night, and I started in the back because I wanted to have some fun. So, and I wanted to stay out of everything because everything was going to be wild. I had a feeling based on practice. And other than that, it was fun. I mean, it was tire saving. The cars do kind of not handle the best, but I just got to remind everybody. I mean, these things are about 3,600 pounds too. So, and the tire model, I don't know. I don't like the tire model like Black was saying. It's horrible.
So Brandon, you actually were up to second. You kept pace with Nudie for a little bit, but man, that guy's on rails when you're behind him, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh shoot. There's no hanging with him. I was talking to him in the chat, and I was like, "Yeah, I can hang with you for a lap," and then I just run out of talent. So this track's just not my style. I'm just happy I came home third.
Well, Brandon, anybody you want to thank tonight for your third place finish?
Just the boys at Two Pedal One Clutch. We had a good finish tonight and good points run for the next few races. So we'll see how it goes. And congrats to Canudi and Isaiah for their second and first finish.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the podium. We'll talk
Thank
with you soon.
you. Have a good one.
Right, and coming home in second, we have Isaiah Gill. Isaiah, Josh and Joe in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so I got to ask because Brandon brought it up. What's this about you closing doors?
Oh, so yeah, it's a sad day. Me and Canudi decided to close the guild dump truck service. We just can't do it anymore.
Too many hours?
Yeah, not enough lunch.
Well, awesome job coming home in the second place finish. I was saying before that with Brandon, seemed like tire management was the key tonight, and it was just a tough run for a lot of people, not liking the way their cars were handling. How'd the car handle for you?
It didn't handle very well for me. Doesn't matter because I'll be claiming everything off Canudi's car. But anyways, I didn't get any practice, so that's why I was out there for qualifying for 20 laps because new aero and the new package and the new tire model really ain't too great on these things.
Yeah, you put up a good fight. I mean, you gave it all you could. Nudie was on a rail. I just said the same thing to Brandon White. Man, when you get behind him and he just drives away from you, it's got to be pretty demoralizing.
Oh yeah, definitely. His car was definitely on rails.
Well, Isaiah, I know sad news with the dump truck business, but anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
I like to thank Canudi. That's about it.
Sure, we'll talk with you soon.
Of course. See you next week.
See you next week. And finally, we have your winner tonight, Brian Nudie. Brian, Josh and Joe in the booth. You got us? Brian, Josh and Joe in the booth. You got us?
I got you.
There he is. Congratulations with yet another win tonight. Although I did hear the sad news of the Gills dump truck service shutting down.
Yep, sad news, but we're going to carry on, and we're looking at opening up possibly a pizza place. So stay tuned.
Awesome. Well, your car was on rails. It looked like your car was in a class of its own tonight when a lot of drivers were complaining about how their car was driving. I heard Stephen Black, not happy at all with the way his car was driving all night. How were you able to stay up there and just manage your tires and drive away from everybody?
It just with the new update, that was the first time I had driven it on this track, and the tires, it's like a real driver's track. I was maybe quarter to a half throttle pretty much the whole way around the corner, and I dialed in a lot of rear brake. I think I started around 49, and I just kept dialing in more and more and more as the run went on. So the car was loose the whole time, and then I had to make sure that I put it back, which I forgot to do on that last pit stop, and I almost spun out coming to the pits under green.
Yeah, it was an awesome run. We were watching you look like you were using some sort of cheat code because you were the only person not sideways off the corner. So it was awesome to watch. Great run. And anybody you want to thank?
As always, got to thank my beautiful wife for letting me race with everybody here on Tuesday nights. And I also want to thank Max for putting it on. He wasn't here tonight. And then, Heavy Hearts with Gil's Dump Truck Service going out of business. But hopefully we get the pizza place going back up and running. And 2 pedals, 1 clutch, 1, 2, 3. Can't complain about that. So good run.
Awesome job tonight, man. And I'm sure next week at Dover, another driver's track, I'm sure we'll see you up at the front again.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh, and I did have a cheat code tonight. It was up, down, AB, AB, start.
Perfect. I'll have to try that one later.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
All right, later, man. All right, Joe. I mean, not the race we were expecting, but that's a good thing because
Hey, I'm okay with it if it's not a wreck fest. I love it. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. It was fun to watch. We had some good battles on track here and there. We had a couple guys wrecking and not causing the caution, holding it down off the track, so that's good. But man, tough luck for some of these guys. People like, I know he came away 8th, but still tough luck for Dustin Dean, who we're used to seeing up front. A tough night for Jacob Bowen getting disconnected. Nicholas Ford having a tough night later in the run after having a decent run early on. Dean Qualley coming away 7th with a great run. He was at the back most of the race, and you see him come into the 7th spot to finish it out. So awesome job for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, and even with the connection issue, I gotta really give a shout out to Jacob Bowen. He really showed something tonight compared to what we've seen out of him at the beginning of the season. So awesome run for him. Unfortunately, tough luck for Stephen Black, not having the night he wanted either. But we'll move on next week to Dover.
Yeah, off to Dover next week. Tomorrow night you'll be with Dustin Dean in the booth for a special race with Nicholas Ford as the admin, running from Iracing Super Speedway. That should be pretty interesting stuff. That's a money
cool track,
money race. I haven't been able to race it, so maybe I'll try to jump in that thing. We'll see.
It's so wide, it's so fast, it's unrestricted. You can run 4 or 5 wide. It's just a neat track. So I'm glad iRacing brought it into the service, and expect an awesome show tomorrow night. That's for sure.
Yep, and then we're gonna roll into Christmas Eve and Christmas. So I don't think we're gonna be doing much. Maybe we'll jump on here and run some laps. Maybe one of those days I will. But then into the weekend, I don't think we have anything till Sunday night, right, Josh?
That's correct. We'll have the no. Original Rebels are off.
Oh, they're off this week, so we won't even see you. We'll see you tomorrow night, and then not till next week. So for Intensity Broadcasting, this has been the first round of the round of 8. Brian Nudie takes home the win in iRacing Oval Series Cup Cars. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. For Intensity Broadcasting, I'm Joe Wright. I've been joined tonight by Josh Hall. As Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over.